1 of The Division. I realize it's an outdated game. Well, I mean, it's not super old, but it's definitely, it's been played and pretty much forgotten. But
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets.
I wanted to do a playthrough for my channel with this with friends, and Damien and JoKeR the gamer from my Wildlands streams have started this. I just hadn't had time to get on and play, so right now the first, couple of episodes and whatnot are probably going to be catch up with me trying to get up to them, and maybe I can convince them to not play for a little bit so I can catch up. But started a new character. I already have a max level character with super high gear score and all that. I just played the game to completion, basically. Anyways, I'm going through the tutorial here in the starting area.
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets. Sidearm test successful.
So for those of you who don't know what the Division is, essentially a super virus.
This is Louis Chang, Northeast Section Commander of the Division.
A super virus hits New York City and it becomes quarantined and cut off from the rest of the world. And the government activates their secret agency called the Division, which is highly trained operatives to deal with this kind of situation. I don't think they had a quarantine of New York in mind, but that's the kind of situations they were preparing for.
I've confirmed that your fellow agent Faye Lau has arrived here. Check in with her when you get inside.
So the Division is available for PC, PS4, I believe Xbox One.
Readings indicate this area.
But I'm going to be playing on the PS4 because that's what I own it for. A quick little fun fact about this game. When it was first released, this guy, you could only talk to him. That's the wrong person, that's the gear vendor. You could only talk to the NPCs one person at a time, so you literally had to wait in line to play this on launch day.
We're losing this whole neighborhood. Rioters are moving through, in force, and headed this way.
Put your people there. I see someone else got the call. I'm Agent Faye Lau, Division. Activated the same time as you, part of the second wave of us going in. I don't know what happened to the first wave, but unfortunately, there's still lots left for us to do. We don't have much intel, and we don't have the luxury of failure. Not with Manhattan under lockdown and Brooklyn on the brink. People like me, and you, we're what's left to hold the line. With any luck, we'll have more to go on once we rendezvous with the commander. More about the situation, about who's turning the streets into a war zone. Anything that's going to help us do what we're supposed to do. If you'll excuse me, Lieutenant.
Officer Hazen and his team are handling situation reports. If you're looking for a hotspot, that's who you want to talk to.
So this part of the game is just a little
Complete
tutorial to
activation
get
at the
you
terminal to enable
familiarized with
Directive
how to play the
51
game and
operational
whatnot.
status and equipment. Identity confirmed. SHD equipment activated.
So this game plays like an online game. Basically, you have multi sets of skills you can use, like a sticky bomb, or you've got support skills like the pulse, where you can see enemies through the walls and it increases your critical hit chance and damage. A first aid, support station, where you can revive down people without having to run up to them. And this one's probably my favorite because I play support classes most of the time, but basically you can super heal all your allies in your party and revive them, so it's super cool. But Tactical Link's pretty good too. Seeker Mine's really good, but I don't have any of that stuff because I'm starting over, so for now, get Sticky Bomb, make sure I reload. See what I mean by you can only use one person at a time? Oh! Your your credits carry over between your characters, because I have... 20 million credits, so this character definitely has no excuse not to stay geared.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
But anyways, the game gives me some
Agent,
missions to take care
Riders
of.
took the weekly food supply from the Brooklyn Heights distribution center. They try and sell it back to all the starving people. Plain and simple profiteering on the backs of people who are suffering. Get that food back.
So the game is an online game. Basically, there's a lot of
Supply crate
instant
located.
stuff where you're not going to see other players running around unless you're in a group. The exception to that is the safe houses and the dark zone. Whoops, the dark zone, which is the PvP area. But you can get some pretty cool gear in there if you can survive. So, and I'm sure we'll be doing some of that eventually. Especially since I'm going to convince them to help me get the trophy for killing 10 people that have gone rogue.
Approaching marked
So
location.
essentially, you guys can work together until an agent goes rogue or you attack another player, and then you can team up against them. So here's my little sticky bomb launcher.
Area secured. Hostiles neutralized.
What's going to help is I've already played through this game,
Warning.
so I know
Hostile forces
tactics
approaching.
on how to take care of certain situations. I've done all of them. I've done all of the missions at least twice. Just collecting gear and credits and whatnot. So I wonder if all your customization options are shared. They are. So essentially there's just little, there's things you can buy to equip to make your character look different. And I have a lot unlocked. Oh, I see. It doesn't save everything. I can see the sets, essentially. SWAT. Essentially, I have all these sets because I bought a, I bought the season pass when I bought the game originally. So I've got all these little, like, departments and whatnot. For now, I'm actually going to go wear the broker set at the very bottom here. But I should have more sets available to me when I unlock the main hub.
Confirmed.
Because I think I just have to pick it up from the vendor. So anyway, so I completed one of my first side missions, and I got some new armor. So the game's all about gearing yourself up. It's basically like another MMO, but it's a third-person, somewhat tactical shooter. Basically, the only real tactic is stay alive.
Agent, we've gotten word of a hostage
I've got
situation at the bank.
I've got to catch up.
Looks like you'll have to
7
go through
levels to
subway
catch up to
tunnel
them and
access the
complete
building.
missions and whatnot, but
We need you to move
I'm going
in
to try and
and
bust it
minimize
out
the
as much as I
damage.
can. So, and for whatever reason, your character has infinite stamina, not that I'm complaining, but... So I don't think there's many in the tutorial starter area, but there's lots of, just roaming packs of bad guys, like in the other MMO. The game received a lot of crap since its release, and I can understand why, but at the same time, I actually really enjoyed the game when I played through, because I played through with friends. So, and your sidearms always have infinite ammo, which is nice, but they're not super powerful. I know I'm supposed to be in here. I forgot. Yep, there's a ladder.
Warning. Hostile presence detected.
I'm used to getting close because my main character has a shotgun that I use a lot.
Area secured. Hostiles neutralized.
So what the game's doing
Nice
right
work
now
shutting that
is
down,
essentially showing you a lot of the
Thank you so
missions
much.
you're
That
going
was
to be end up doing.
Terrifying. No, I need to
You
get the
just
hell
made a
out of
friend
here.
for life.
There's a lot of, because you do missions for supplies to upgrade the different wings inside your main base, and this is what a lot of the missions consist of. But see, we got a shotgun that's its damage is significantly higher, but it's a shotgun, and you can see my primary firepower just lowers, and when you get bumped, apparently your menu goes away. And then I got a new sidearm. Which is worse. So that was really kind of a crappy quest reward, but we have one more side mission we have to do before we can continue. I could have swore there's a way out without having to run back through the sewers. I think there is. I'm gonna check really quick before I commit to going down. Full on medkits because I haven't had to use one. Nope, I think I have to run back through. Oh wait, I thought I would be able to climb that. I'm really glad I didn't run back through the sewers. See, I took damage because it's too high of a fall. Luckily, if you take damage, but it doesn't destroy one of the segments of your health fully, you'll just regenerate it.
Missing supply crate located. Area secured. Hostiles neutralized.
And that's better. The only difference is it's got a little less range.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
Oh, and it's an assault rifle.
Sparrow 5 here. We're approaching your position now.
Hostile forces approaching.
Then he dropped a piece of here. He dropped a piece of gear. A piece of This is still a shooter, which means headshots deal extra damage. I'm used to being able to take more of a hit too, because even on the hardest... So basically when you hit max level, you essentially what goes into a new system of leveling up where you have a gear score, and you're there's 5 different tiers of world difficulty, essentially, that make it so the world gets harder, enemies drop better gear, yada yada yada. There's 5 levels, and even on the 5th and hardest level, I just walk through and I just murder kill everything. It's not even a challenge. So you'll see I got +1 electronics there. That essentially is items for crafting, and the quality is based on the color of the item. Like, yeah. Apparently some sort of Fortnite update is done. I didn't know I had.
Target is secure. No more hostiles detected.
Great work, Agent. We'll get those drugs back to the wounded where they'll be used properly.
They have the same stats. See, and I have a bunch of skins unlocked because the skins carry over. We're gonna put Firestorm on my gun. Why not? So now we're going back to the safe house to report that we've done everything, and then I think that moves us on to the actual game, or at least the mission that leads up to the actual game. So I believe this is an area you don't come back
Agent,
to.
excellent work.
Yeah, you go from
We're
Brooklyn to
grateful
Manhattan.
for all the lives you saved. Why don't you come on back here? We got a little something for you.
Meant to push circle.
You'll be missing out. Fantastic work, Agent. Think you put the lid back
I'm
on
level
this
3
place just
now,
when it was about to
catching
boil
up.
over.
And I can buy stuff, and I have enough credits to completely deck myself out.
What you've done means a lot.
Sure, it gives me a tiny boost, but it's not a big deal, especially when I'm playing catch-up. I'm gonna sell extra items. I don't have a ton of stuff in my backpack. Not that I really need the money right now. And the weapons, of course. So. Plus I have limited backpack space, so... Oh, and here's the first actual mission type, where it's going to be like a multi-part... Essentially, think a dungeon in something like World of Warcraft. where there's multi-parts. I mean, there's not necessarily like multiple bosses or like special mechanics you have to do, but it's essentially a dungeon for this area. Missions are replayable, besides this one because it's in the tutorial area, but missions are replayable on different difficulties for better gear and experience and money.
This whole city they can hit.
Oops. Except for I'm not going to do find agent preset difficulty because I'm not going to wait for random players.
If that precinct goes, we lose Brooklyn.
Oh,
Hostiles incoming.
is it going to let me leave and come back? Because I can set it to... You can set it on hard, but we're not going to.
Looks like they've got grenades.
So I just did quick matchmaking, which makes it so I can play the game, but still play the mission, and people will join in on me. You can move between cover, which is nice. Especially if enemies don't know you're coming. You shoot them in the deck. And like grenade guys, if they're about to throw a grenade, you can actually shoot them and make them drop it, which is nice.
Brooklyn Dispatch, this is Division Command. We've got an agent incoming to assist at the 84th, but all entrances are blockaded.
Division, you got melee charging waves like that.
In the back. Got that, Agent? That's your in. Go get him.
All it takes to survive is to be smarter than the enemy.
Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Which isn't asking for much, because these guys aren't that smart. I really thought that was going to get him. But aiming with the controller sucks. Kinda wish I was playing this on PC, but there's even a smaller community for the PC.
Hostiles incoming.
It's quicker to switch to your sidearm sometimes than reloading. Always restock when you have the chance.
Hostiles incoming. Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
There's stuff in the environment that keeps seeing me exploding gas cans, but there's even just oh, that one's already expelled. Like this one. That if their enemies are standing near it, they become disoriented. Or that, if you get too close after doing it. It makes it super hard to shoot, super hard to move because your character is fighting it.
Get me out of here. Keep it down. Don't get them riled up. Play nice and give me time to get us out of here.
And there's lots of collectibles to collect just for the sake of getting 100%. And trophies, which I'll probably do on my other character because he's already way farther into collecting everything than this character is. But doesn't mean I won't grab stuff along the way because it does provide experience.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
So I imagine JoKeR, Damien, and I will be doing the DLCs for this as well. Which aren't necessarily huge content updates, they're just like additional game modes with their own achievements and ways to play. Did that to flush that guy out.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Oops, that's JTF. The Joint Task Force, kind of the most useless. They're some of the most useless NPCs I've ever had the displeasure of having to work with.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Oh. I'm down, which means I have to start from the last checkpoint because I don't have any other party members to bring me up. And that guy kind of took me by surprise. I didn't realize he was going to be a charging dude. Luckily, it starts pretty close. I don't need to restock. I've got plenty of ammo.
Warning. Hostiles detected. Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
I said earlier, staying alive is as easy as being smarter than the AI, and, well, I was not smarter than the AI in that case. Because this guy got me last time. The Division's kind of punishing with the difficulty at times, though. Like, just the amount of damage you take from getting hit. And I have the best gear you can get at this point in the tutorial, and yet I'm just getting ripped to shreds back there.
Hostiles detected.
They may have dropped his grenade.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
So then there's the gold named NPCs, which are super hard to kill but have really good loot on them. Oh, that was close. Whew. Healed myself just in time. So, this part, the boss battles by yourself are pretty difficult. Especially when you're surrounded like this. Only because of their super high damage. I got a new holster. And I should get a police M4 for completing this mission if I remember the reward correctly.
Excellent work, Agent. Brooklyn is stable again. Manhattan is another story. Let's get over there and
But
see
you have
for
to be level
ourselves.
40.
I've got more agents with me now. We'll rendezvous with Agent Lau and fly over together. Commander Chang out.
You can dismantle weapons for their components to then help you craft better weapons and items. Excuse me.
Over there. There's a bar behind that building. Best whiskey sours in Manhattan. If we take this city back, I'll buy you a drink. Sorry. I mean, when we take it back. Here it comes. The rest of us should be in this chopper. Can't believe it's finally happening. Do this!
Welcome, Agent.
I'm gonna skip this because it's literally just a advertisement of the
Just hold on!
God, I don't know what's what I'm looking for. It's just an advertisement for all the studios that made the game. It's nothing story-wise.
Come on back! I need you! Look, you're gonna be okay. Hell, at this point, you're more okay than me. Shit, that explosion took out the commander. We job to do. We're still gonna do it. It's just...
Landing in 1 minute. Should be able to see it coming up on my right.
Found out a little more about the first wave. They're all either dead or MIA. So this is up to us. That's why we need to get it together, right now.
JTF 6-8 the tower, visual Hudson. Yeah, division agents on board. That explosion was their right end. Okay, clear to land. JTF 6-8.
Usually you need some time to know if you can count on someone. Well, we're out of time. The bet's on you. It has to be. I hope to God I'm right.
Welcome to Hudson Piers. I'm not sure what you're looking to get out of this. Everything behind this gate is a goddamn war zone.
So who's in command here?
Captain Benitez was in charge. He was leading up to the post office, but we lost contact when he left base this morning. Feasto radio silent by tomorrow. There's talk of pulling out.
No one's pulling out. Taking this city back.
No
Get whatever
one's
gear you
pulling
need.
out.
I'll catch up with you.
Good luck out there. Y'all made it. The quartermaster's your man. You'll find him just inside the gate.
Can I get a stretcher at the end of the dock?
I don't...
So, this is our playing zone. All sorts of different sections. Times Square. Just every little district is kind of like its own little... what's the one I'm looking for here? Its own little... area with different levels. There's no level requirement, it's just you're pretty much screwed if you tried. You've got different missions. So Pennsylvania Plaza is where your main base is, where I'm headed now. And oh, that's all there really is to it right now, so we're just gonna run through and...
You need to step through here, pal.
Here, I can go to another gear vendor and purchase some better gear. Since I have the credits for it.
See you later.
Oh, Agent, you look tired.
So when you go to an area, you always check the board, which in this case is a person. But that allows you to see what you need, what you can do in the area, all the side missions and whatnot. The reason why I'm buying a weapon when I was gifted a weapon is because these weapons are better.
So I can't give you back.
And I bought some stuff for it.
Let's gear in the city. Check it out.
See, the police M4 is less. And I can dismantle it for weapons parts. Which I usually do other than selling, because I also have enough money that it doesn't matter. But... see, then here, I can equip this muzzle. My different little colors for it. I like my guns to match, though. I don't always use Firestorm, but I just kind of want to right now. This is your stash, which I don't think is shared between your characters. And then you go to this board. Oh no, you talk to a person to get stuff, and then you go to the board to discover the missions you can do. To get resource upgrades for your different wings, like I said before, but you have to unlock them first, so. For now, we're going to finish the Establish the Base of Operations mission. See, when you have a scope, you can actually scope your gun for a little bit better accuracy. Maybe you installed the Division. Of course you did, I'm playing it. Oh well. I don't know why I keep going off the path. I know there's not a lot over here to grab. And there's this little convenient marker that shows me exactly where to run. So in catching up, there's a chance I might actually become higher level than them by a little bit, because I don't know what missions Damien or JoKeR have done. So seeing over here is intelligence selected game levels, and I'm level 4.
Yeah, but what if they have kids? Just hold the gun like you mean it. They'll back down. Especially if they got kids. Yeah? But what if they won't? Then it's on them. They don't have to die unless they decide they want to. It's their choice. This is some bullshit. Yeah, but I'm not gonna let some rich assholes get a pass just because I got a family. Everyone's got a family, and mine's starving. Now man up, and let's do this.
So I can equip a secondary weapon, and this one's got an ability on it, and it's deals 100% more damage to enemies below 30% health, so it's actually really good at saving ammo. And this gun has none, which makes it not very good.
You have my gratitude.
And there's just civilians everywhere where you can give them like canned food, bottled water that you find, and it allows you to gain items, usually appearance items. I think you can get guns sometimes. So I believe I checked out Damien's stream, and near the end of it, I believe they were level 7. So I'm going to try and get to level 7, probably not in this stream. But I'm definitely going to make an attempt to get to level 7 as quick as possible and catch up with them on what missions they've done and whatnot.
All available units report to West 24th and 8th. Patrol under fire.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
So this is one of the little side missions you can do to unlock resources.
That's gonna hurt. Keep an eye
So I got 60 security wing resources.
Glad you were here when the shit hit the fan.
Solid work. We really appreciate all your help.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, So these little areas marked in red on my map, they're what are controlled contaminated areas, and they require a certain mask filter level to enter without being
Echo
killed.
available for playback nearby.
And echoes just show you stories of people, and they give you
Here,
a little bit of insight.
make it last, okay?
They give you experience, and you can collect them. So, since we have a level 1 filter, let's try and find the entrance to this building.
Dispatch 10 units on the ground in Chelsea. Sarah's requesting scans from the quarantine zone on West 24th. Proceed with caution. Area is not sterile. Repeat, not sterile.
I'm not sure how to get in there. Unless I'm missing something obvious.
Active echo beacon detected.
Can't go through that door. We'll come back to it later. I'm not too concerned with it right now. And there's probably some nice gear in there, but there's also a chance I just can't go in yet because I haven't gone through the story, or the at least this part of the main story that needs to be done. I don't even want that gray trash equipment, because everything I have is better, and it'll never be better than what I have.
And I thought my luck had run out.
It's not even worth taking this to dismantle or sell right now.
Dispatch,
so.
This is Division Agent Fei Lau, empowered and authorized by Executive Order and DHS Directive 51.
Whoever you are, we're under an all-out assault. I'm not sure how much help you... screw it. We'll take anything you can give us. How are you on my comms?
We've got your back. Just try not to shoot at anyone who's trying to help you. Over.
Alert. Patching into local JoKeR radio channels.
Unit 43, be advised. You have incoming division agents as backup to your location. Drop them down, you get us to go. Right now. Monster, we need support on the stairs. Martinez, move up on the flank. Go, go, go.
Alright, took out all his backup. Cannot wait to get the med pack ability, or the medical wing ability. You know, I can heal myself without med packs. Took him out. The hardest first. The better bag. Shooting the dick.
Situation outside is now under control. My official report, the division saved our sorry asses.
Thanks for the report, Bravo Squad. Stay alert out there and keep it frosty. I'm glad you made it.
Now let's rebuild our base. Go on in and have a look around. I finally got some transportation, so I'm inbound. Let's do this.
Well, I guess gray gear is worth it because it drops green stuff. Green parts.
Air ventilation and purification systems online. Contamination levels lowered.
Agent, we need our base up and running, and we need to show the people of New York they're getting their city back. Our base of operations has potential, but right now it's a piece of shit and we've got no one to staff it. To get this place where it needs to be, we need people who know what they're doing. Like doctors. There's a virologist running a field hospital over at Madison Square Garden, but the whole area's gone to shit. With her, we can get our medical facilities online. Without her... The JTF commander, Benitez, is out in the field and he's gone offline. Bring him back. We need him to set up a functional security wing, and it'll do a hell of a lot for morale. We've also got to restore basic services. We need power and the intel the grid can give us. They had a guy working on that, but it sounds like he ran into trouble patching us in. Without him, it's lights out. Isaac can map itself to each of the wings in the base and sync their progress, so we can have a bigger picture of what's happening here. And the more stable this base is,
wow,
the better shape
it
the
saves all
city
your
will be in.
blueprints too. I just don't have the level or the... Oh, well, it shares all your parts too. So if I wanted to, I could craft some gear for level 4, but there's really no point. That's just my stash. There's a, get off. There's a special vendor over here that doesn't appear until a certain part of the game, apparently.
The medical wing is a wreck right now. Once we get that virologist over here, we can build up a staff, investigate the origin of the virus, and start getting more supplies. For civilians, but for us as well. The tech wing has obviously seen better days. But if you can get Rhodes back here, he's apparently got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Former PMC, I think. Knows more than you think he does. I suspect he'll be very useful. The security wing needs some love. And Captain Benitez. The JTF love the guy. He can mobilize them and help us get the intel and firepower.
Hey. Bad news. I'm not gonna be able to get out there. Not with my goddamn leg like this. I'll do what I can from here, but it's not the same. You have no idea how much I wanted to be in the field. I trained for a scenario like this my entire life. But it's worse than anything we could have imagined. You know how they won't let you get too close to anyone, so it won't mess you up when you're finally activated? Well, I did that, and it didn't fucking work. I'm attached. These are my people. This is my city. We're taking it back. Oh.
Look, you need to...
Yeah, okay. Okay. They're counting on us. Let's not let them down.
Hey, check these babies out.
So what I am going to do is I am going to do the first, well, there's no real order to these missions to get the sections up and running, but I'm going to do the one that's just right across the street, which is the medical one. I don't need a tutorial on matchmaking, I understand how it works.
We've got a lot of hostiles inside, Agent.
Oh,
They're
made a
holding
mistake
Dr.
the
Candle
first
and his
time.
staff.
You can
We
get
need
hurt
those
by that.
personnel back at the base so we can get the medical wing functional.
We'll hold here to cover your back. Then we'll escort the medical personnel when you retrieve them.
Oh, I want this so bad. I think I'll be fine with the grenade.
Keep going. Here we go. Better check it out.
patch me into the security system, I might be able to find Candle's location.
So each one of these missions is going to unlock a section of the wing, or a wing of the base, which I can then spend my points on upgrading.
Patched in. Let's see what I can find. Can you see the CCTV feed? Looks like Candle and her staff are being forced to treat their wounded. That's the only reason they're still alive. It looks like they've got people upstairs, in a restaurant. There's a lot of these guys, but if you use cover, you should be able to pick them off without making yourself a target.
Additional hostiles detected.
I timed this right. I'll jump right down into the grenade. Nope, I didn't time it.
Additional hostiles detected.
Hope he likes my grenade in return. Oh, I didn't throw it high enough. So certain enemies have weak spots, which are displayed by the yellow hit markers whenever you attack somebody. And headshot's not a weak spot, it's just extra damage. But like the grenade guys, you can actually like shoot their grenades and blow them up.
Warning. Additional hostiles.
So purple guys are like elites, essentially. Like I keep thinking like the World of Warcraft, but essentially harder than your normal trash mob, but not nearly as hard as the gold ones. That was a terrible idea. Yeah, so you can shoot their
Candle
weak
and her
points and
staff are
blow
still
them up.
upstairs, stashed in the kitchen at Kobe's.
No one dropped any med packs, unfortunately. I'd like to keep stocked on those as long as possible.
Word is that they've really trashed the place. It would have broken my dad's heart to see it go to hell like this. We used to watch games there together.
There's the button.
I think it's better my folks didn't live to see any of this. But then I think about all the people doing their best to keep going. That's who we do this for, Agent. Go get them.
So there's an entrance to the quarantine zone right here, but it requires filter number 2, or level 2, which means I can't go in there without taking damage and dying. And as we've seen before,
To get to Kobe's,
it's really
you'll have
easy
to pass by some
to
contaminated
get to
areas.
the end, but you don't
There
have
used
enough
to be
time to
plenty
loot
of
the
sick
chest
people
and
being
die.
treated there
So,
before they got shot. So be careful.
so a buddy of mine tried that when we were helping him catch up. So there's other like enemy factions besides these leaders, but those are the main enemy for right now. trying to preserve the explosive barrels for the most part.
Keep your heads down and keep it quiet.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
The escort party's taking heavy fire from the roof. They can't move
So
until
here's
you get up there
essentially
and
the
take down
boss
that
fight
gunner.
once I get up to the roof.
We're pinned down. There's no way we'll make it across alive unless someone can get up there and take out the big gun.
All yours, Agent.
But this mission's a really short one, honestly. You just run through, kill a bunch of bad guys, and head out.
Alpha Escort, we have an agent on the roof. Has Candle made it to your position?
Affirmative. She and her staff just arrived. As soon as the hostiles on the roof are gone, we'll get her across safely.
I missed it. My chance to kill him. So I learned this the hard way the first time. Don't shoot the big guy on the roof over there until you get closer, because he'll just jump down when all the bad guys are still spawned. And this is the part where I just have to kind of these are my least favorite types of enemies to fight, because they've got high health, or the boss has high health shields, well, armor, not really shields, and he has an ability that basically essentially keeps you locked down while he fires at you, and you can't pop up and shoot. You can't even blind fire without getting hurt. Sometimes you have to take some damage. So I just sit here until he stops firing, and then I'm going to move in closer to shoot him.
Got the medic safely across. Candle and all staff accounted for. No casualties.
We're off to a good start, agents.
I
Wish I could
find
have
it a
had your
little
back
hard
out
to
there,
believe that
but
they
I
only
think we
made it
make
to
a hell
level
of a team
7,
anyway.
so I'm going to have to check
When you
the,
get back to the base, we'll talk to Candle, and we'll see what she can do for us.
I'm going to check the stream again and make sure I'm not mistaken. But I have the ability to unlock a second skill, to equip a second skill now, which is nice. So I gotta go ahead and equip I mean, what's nice is you can take the stuff off your gear, off your other gear, if you get a new, better piece of equipment. I want to make sure I don't get too far ahead of them or get left behind. Because our plan was to start streaming together, and then just one day they started streaming without me. They probably tried to get a hold of me, and I just wasn't available. But oh, I have skills available now. So, whoops, that's the wrong spot. Under abilities. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna equip that for now. So basically you have talents you can unlock. You can have 4 equipped, and then you have perks, which you just get by unlocking areas of your base. So we're gonna finish by talking to Jessica Kendall. Oh, back at the base. Oh, Bag's gonna have an extra med kit for me. Oh, that's right. You have to upgrade your ability to carry more med kits, which is fine.
What you need? I hear they're still finding patients over at the garden.
Well, look who it is. Thanks for getting me out of the garden. I've been in some hostile work environments before, but Jesus. Of course, it's not like this place is gonna win any prizes either. Antique equipment, 0 staff, patients lining up out the door. This isn't gonna cut it.
We're doing the best we can, Dr. Candle. Any suggestions you might have, I'm happy to listen.
I know. Beggars, choosers, all that crap. What matters is beating this thing, but I can't do that without knowing more about it.
Here's a good place to start. Sarah is pretty sure Dr. Gordon Amherst had something to do with the outbreak.
God. That asshole. Saw him present a paper at Columbia once. He nearly started a riot. He's part of this. I need to talk to him. Anything of his you can find. Notebooks, laptops, close personal friends, I need that too. And we need to talk about live samples and antibodies. You're gonna be busy.
And you'll be?
Fixing this. Saving lives. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll get started.
So now I can upgrade they all cost varying amounts of stuff. And it forces me to do the clinic.
Looks perfect.
Unfortunately.
I can't thank you enough. But I will bring you something from my wine rack.
But now I have my healing skill I want and a new perk which allows me to hold more medkits. So they all cost varying degrees of cost. So I'm gonna upgrade the pharmacy. Because now I get free
a pharmacy.
Cloth.
Now we can keep our medications monitored and secured.
And I get...
Finally, a clinic. Gotta start somewhere. We've got enough staff to start tending to the public, but we've got our work cut out for us.
So I'm gonna equip this in that spot. So I have one talent spot I can do. Right now I have suppress a hostile to increase movement speed, which basically means I shoot at him so he has to take cover and then I can run faster. Or revive down agent and they take 30% less damage. Well, both of us do for 10 seconds. That one's really good, especially for playing in a group. And then I have the different perks I've got. I can have one extra med kit. I get fabric from the medical wing once an hour, and I have a virus protection 2 filter, which means I can go back to that mission and grab the stuff there if I wanted to. But for now, well, I might as well get this area's information while I'm at it. Now that I've gotten past the little, like, beginning, I wonder if the, gear vendor is there. Nope, he's still gone. It's probably till the tech wing is activated. Basically, he's got all of a bunch of guns I can get, to give me a little boost at the start. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, because it's been over an hour, and I have other stuff I need to take care of. But, stay tuned for part 2 of the series. Once again, part 2 is probably going to be solo again, only because I'll still be catching up. But if I can manage to catch up, then I can start playing with JoKeR and Damien when I stream. So I will see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video if you enjoyed what you watched. Thank you.